Welcome to the Upland, where the metaverse meets real life. A place where we speak our minds, no sugarcoating, just a raw vibe. Don't be fooled by what you see, this channel's not for the faint of heart. We dive deep into the unknown, tearing down walls right from the start. The vulgar Uplander may shock, but never judge a book by its cover. This is the space where anything goes, no limits, no filter, just flow. Embrace the chaos, let your true self show. The vulgar Uplander is here to shake things up. Buckle up, let's ride and never give up. Realm, exploring what's beyond the screen. Unafraid to speak our minds, uncovering truths that need to be seen. The vulgar Uplander speaks the unspeakable, challenges the status quo. In this ever-evolving metaverse where possibilities flow. Say what you mean what you say. This is the space where anything goes, no limits, no filter, just flow. Embrace the chaos, let your true self show. The vulgar Uplander is here to shake things up. Buckle up, let's ride and never give up. Anything goes, no limits, no filter, just flow. Embrace the chaos, let your true self show. The vulgar Uplander is here to shake things up. Buckle up, let's ride and never give up. This is the space where anything goes, no limits, no filter, just flow. Embrace the chaos, let your true self show. The vulgar Uplander is here to shake things up. Buckle up, let's ride and never give up. This is the space where anything goes, no limits, no filter, just flow. Embrace the chaos, let your true self show. The vulgar Uplander is here to shake things up. Buckle up, let's ride and never give up.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy L-Slack and some other folks, and you're watching the Vulgar Uplander. We are hanging out with Swarley and x707xOGKILLA today. Tonight. And we're rocking the mustaches. And Swarley is... This is the true Oregonian way. As
the 80s, the 90s. We're bringing them back.
Yeah. Once the weather starts to change, you just got to go into pedo mode and rock the mustache.
Well, I wouldn't go there, but speak for yourself.
Well, that's what my daughter says. She's like, "You look like a pedophile, Dad." And I'm like, "You need to stop saying that."
Time to switch it up.
Nah, well, this is me switching it up. Yeah, I put it on.
Well, what's up, online community?
You got a real nice 70s stash going on there. I like that.
The good old porn stash is what they say, but
yeah,
we keep that on the DL.
Yeah, I guess so. What do you guys been up to? What are you guys doing?
Staying up for the show, man. It's a battle putting the kids down and then hopping on. So I'm glad that we were successful and able to make it happen.
That's what you have a wife for, right?
Well, I'm not married yet, but
well, a significant other, partner.
Yes.
Swarley, what are you up to in this afternoon for you?
Hey, I'm just trying not to die over here, coughing away, and meanwhile just playing around with Upland and Blender and all that sort of good stuff. So I actually haven't read today's announcement yet. I saw you guys talking about it this morning. I thought, yeah, I'll get around to that. Haven't done it yet. So
It's there's not a lot there, but it's cool. Did you look at it, OG?
I did a little bit. I didn't dive into it a little too much. I was looking at it briefly before the show, trying to gauge, what it was all about. Looks like another leap forward for Upland. I don't have much details yet, but look forward to looking into it. Anything new is always a spark, so we'll see. We'll see what's happening.
And really anything where they're like doing what the community's been doing, but first party is a win, I think. And finally they're doing something. Well, at least it sounds like they're going to do something. Nothing's out. So, we're just crossing our fingers, hoping for the best.
I was just going to say that's just
a couple pictures.
To come, isn't it, type thing. It wasn't something that's out now. That's how I read the original, the highlights part of it, just the little spiel, and I was like, oh, I'll get around to that then. So even the picture I saw seemed to be of not real cities or real suburbs or something like that. So
yeah, it was just like a mock-up.
So I was like, oh, I want to know the real data. I don't want to know.
I know. They're teasing us.
It almost reminds me of some type of stock exchange, or the way that it's interfaced, the way that it looks.
Kind of. What did they call it again? It's called something.
The census.
The census. That's right. The census. Well,
interesting name. That's something that normally happens every 4 years. So I hope that's not an omen.
You guys do it every 4 years?
I believe so. 4 years or 5 years? Might be.
We do ours every 10.
Maybe I'm misremembering it. I don't know.
Ah,
I could be wrong there. I can double check that.
Yeah, they did see what LeBan was doing, and then they're like, "Fuck that! He's doing some crazy shit over there. We gotta get in on that."
That's what it seems like.
OG, I wanted to have you on, and that's why you're big screening it, because I wanted to talk about what's going on with UAP and then your Killa World Inc. stuff and just updates. I know we talked about it a while back, and you were on, I believe, with City Pigeon.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
TV show.
Yeah, it feels like a lot's changed since then.
Yeah, I mean, pretty quick, I'd say. Right after the show, to speak a little on behalf of that. Life really. Life hits people in different ways, and we all have different things that we're working on. And sometimes family comes first over Upland, and that is, basically the direction that our previous co-owner is going. Sincere and I are great friends. We learned a lot from each other. We built up UAP together and did a lot of cool stuff. We still talk daily, if not bi-daily, if not every week. We still check in with each other, and he's still going to be around. He's still helping out and doing some stuff in the background. But UAP definitely got acquired by Killa World Inc. And Killa World Inc. is now the parent brand to UAP. So we're going to still keep it operating and running the same as it was before, with the same goals in sight. Over the years, I think it's been about 2-3 years since it opened. It's really changed from the beginning, and I was a member. I was just a UAP bidder, and at first I didn't really sell stuff. I just really enjoyed the auctioning and the excitement and the community that went behind it. And that's where a lot of my passion went into building UAP to what it is today, and then continuing to operate. So, our foundation was built off vision, community, innovation, and trust. And I still want to uphold those values within UAP and the community and keep things rolling.
Were you with UAP from the very beginning, from inception?
With Llama Sportsline book with Isto. Yes, I was a member then, and it got acquired by, I believe, Car Doctor and Sincere, and they ran it for a little bit, and then Sincere was running it by himself, and he was sourcing out a manager to run. And so our relationship basically built off that, you know, about 8-9 months ago, and right off the back, it really turned into like a co-owned type of deal. We were just bringing a lot of heat to the table, and we were building stuff like the auction bot. You know, we're slowly building the roll bot, increasing blocks. You know, just innovating stuff. The Dutch auction block, liquidation block, specialty block. You know. Exclusive mints 10-1, or you know, even diving into mint ones, splitters, closers, just really trying to be exclusive compared to the next auctioneer or auction platform that was taking place.
Would you say, if you had to guess, that, well, let me rephrase what I was going to say. Do you think that you could make more from the UAP? Like, say I auctioned off like a splitter mint of, or actually, let's just say it hypothetically. I have the one of the race car driver blocks for mint number 1. Do you think I could get more through auction, or if I just sold it in one of my meta ventures?
That's a good question. You know, I think that's the question that everybody asks. That's the gamble. That's the fun part about auctioning, is you never know. You know, it's 50-50. Either, you know, you're gonna exceed your expectations, or, you know, you're going to, you know, possibly not get a bid potentially, and, you know, you'll have to sell on the meta venture or find other sources to let go of that asset. That's why the Dutch auction block comes in place, you know, where we can reduce the asset's price over 2-3 days if it doesn't sell, you know, until it does sell. But it's all, you know, within the appraisal system too. When we're appraising things, or myself now, you know, your lowest price is what you're comfortable with. So, you know, if that's what the one bidder is going to buy it at, you know, that's the chance you're going to take. So I would say it's a 50-50. But the excitement and the fun, the thrill, the unknown, that's everything that goes into it, and the passion of loving to be a bidder or seller.
What, you mentioned a bunch of blocks. Can you explain those, what those are?
Yeah, so I kind of wrote them down just so we can have some in front of us. But we have 17 blocks right now. You know, we briefly explained a couple of the other podcasts, but, you know, we have a weekly block, we have a 3-day block, we have a 2-day block, we have a 1-day, we have a flash auction block, which is less than 24 hours. It could be a 20-minute, it could be a 30-minute, whatever we want to put the timestamp on there. We have a UAP ballers block, which, you know, we have 2 assets that are basically map assets with utility. So we have a seller's token that, you know, will reimburse you for, or it'll actually waive all of the seller's fees. So anytime, you know, we have an appraisal and we put something on the block, there's obviously a house income that goes to that. We'll waive that fee if you own one of the map utilities, so the seller's token. And then the baller's token, if you hold that, we'll basically reimburse you for the taxes on winning the auction bid. So most of our, all of our stuff is purchased and sold through Upland. So we continue to uphold that value. So that 2% will reimburse you for that. So we do have a baller's block, and then we have a liquidation block, a Dutch auction block, exclusive specialty blocks. Those are the blocks that we do, you know, mints 10-1, or potentially a mint 1, a splitter, or a closer block. So we have huge versatility of, you know, what we got going on and what we can do. And not on top of that, you know, we've got multiple of them. So, you know, if we have a 3-day block, we have 3 of them. If we have a 2-day block, we have 3 of them. So we have many different blocks to fill up in case, you know, appraisals, you know, tend to skyrocket, which they do.
Okay. You guys have a pretty active community in UAP. I haven't checked in on it as much as I probably should, but
I'd say we do. You know, we're closing into about 300 members. You know, we want to increase that. I want to take it a little bit further and, you know, get a social media presence, you know, maybe Facebook, Twitter, um, Instagram, etc. Then that way we can market stuff a little bit further, reach some further people and get more people involved. But with that being said, a couple big names have dropped in there the last few weeks and months. So it's good to see some of those big players that have been around since the start or since I started. Some of the players I even met in Vegas, you know, including yourself, which is just good to see that active community supporting each other and really creating a foundation that's sustainable and has longevity. That's the ultimate goal. You know, we want everybody to feel welcome. We want everybody to feel like they're getting a fair appraisal and, you know, leave happy. You know, like I said, it's kind of a 50-50 shot when you're auctioning stuff. So not at all times are you going to exceed your expectations, but it's all about having fun. You know, we don't want you to lose on a sale or anything like that, but we definitely have to be fair within the community when we're giving appraisals.
Right. WW Dog asked if there was any progress on account liquidating block.
Not so far, you know, with the ownership change and stuff like that. It's just myself now. So, you know, with a full-time job, a family, I got KWI and UAP to run. You know, we're going to be a little bit tight on some stuff for a little bit, but if anybody wants to liquidate their account, you know, please feel free to reach out to me. We were liquidating an account prior due to some other reasons that stopped. So we're not liquidating that account furthermore. But if anybody does have any, you know, leads or tips, you know, feel free to reach out to UAP and myself, and we can definitely get that going again.
What's your process for assessing the value?
Yeah, good question. So to assess the value of, you know, certain things such as maybe, let's say a map asset, you know, we're looking at past sales. We're looking at current, the current market. We've got plenty of experience and partnerships with other people that are sellers and that are big names that we can go to just to get references on for certain designs. But a lot goes into it, you know, especially being fair. That's the biggest goal is, you know, we want to have our pricing on UAP that's very competitive and reaches out to people so they want to join in. We can't be listing everything for, you know, floor pricing or above, you know, and maybe certain rare occasions, but our pricing's there. And, you know, we appraise things off of history, off of sales. If it's a property, you know, we're looking at UPX land, we're looking at sale history, we're looking at neighborhoods, we're looking at collections, map assets, we're looking at mint numbers, carts, we're looking at mint numbers, we're looking at max mints, you know, everything that goes into it is how we're appraising things or how I'm continuing to appraise things for UAP.
What's your turnaround on an appraisal, would you say?
Yeah, that's another good question. So there's a couple of bullet points that I'm going to hit out on an announcement, but in that is actually one of them is, you know, our turnaround was about 1 to 3 days, I'd say. You know, when we're full blown UAP teamed up. Right now, you know, we're getting a little stacked up. We have a couple of people that are putting in more than, you know, 4, 5, 6 tickets at a time. So it really crowds up the volume a little bit. So we're gonna set some expectations there, and you know, I want to get to appraisals 1 to 3 days minimum. You know, if blocks are full, please understand, you know, that there might be an appraisal ticket before you is the reason why maybe I haven't gotten back to you yet. But every appraisal I've seen, you know, they're all in the queue, and we're cutting them out as they come in.
Sounds like you guys are pretty busy then.
Yeah, it's a full-time, you know, side gig to really appraise people's items and be fair and to list them, to market it, to put everything into UAP is, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's fun and it's something that I have a passion in doing. You know, I've got a family, so it's something that I look into, you know, hopefully the future.
It reminds me, you ever watch that Netflix show, like The Golden Touch?
No, I have not.
Oh man, you should. It's this guy who owns an auction site, basically, um, or auction business, and I can't remember his first name. It's something Golden, and he auctions off like high end, like sports memorabilia.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
and pop culture memorabilia. It's pretty cool. Like he, it there's a lot of parallels there.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, UAP is it's an amazing place, amazing product, amazing server, amazing platform. You know, it's really unique, and that's why I grabbed on. Was, you know, Upland doesn't really have anything like that right now. You know, they did some landmark auctions that I missed. You know, I might have just wasn't as big of a player invested, or maybe I had just missed the opportunity at that time. So I feel like this is a thing that Upland really needs and the community needs, is this auction platform. If stores aren't selling, where are you going to sell your stuff? You know, you go into the secondary market, you go into trading. Well, this takes you another avenue. You can always go left and go to UAP. You know, we'll help you out. It doesn't matter what you got. We'll check it out, you know, and we'll give you a fair appraisal.
Awesome. What's your guys' cut on that?
So our cut's very cheap. You know, up to $50 is 2,500 UPIX. Excuse me, up to $59. Anything over 59, so you get into 60 and above, our max cut's 5,000 UPIX. So you make $60, I make 5,000 UPIX.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
No, it's a very fair system. You know, Sincere and I back in the day had changed those numbers a little bit, but I'm sticking with them for now. And it seems like we get a lot of community members that bite onto that. But, you know, if anybody has any suggestions, UAP was built off community. So I can never go wrong by getting criticized or, you know, constructive criticism. You know, that's how we grow. The only reason I got good in life was really by making mistakes and learning from them the first time. So, you know, there's many times where somebody has given a suggestion and we'll run with that. We'll change it up.
Awesome. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and then to speak off Killer World Inc., you know, Killer World Inc. was something that I always had a passion for. I wanted to create my own business. If you knew me outside of Upland, I'm a director of logistics, so I deal in transportation. You know, and so that's basically what I do all day. I created this position and I move food throughout the United States, up into Canada, internationally. And so that business mind, I kind of took into Upland and took into Killer World Inc. I wanted something that I could have and own that was my piece of the pie. And so Killer World Inc. Got established, you know, in 24. I branded it early this year. And, you know, that vision was the parent company to a corporation of future entities such as UAP or, you know, my meta ventures, World Map Assets, World Automotive, World Retailers. You know, so they are the fuel to the fire. Killer World Inc. is the funds and the ultimate parent to all these entities. And so I wanted something to kind of run that. So Killer World Inc.'s focus is, you know, map assets. I've got a huge backlog. I'm talking 40 plus map assets that I'm ready to go, that I need to get on the UGC playground and submit. I've got some that are backlogged. I've got World Manufacturing. I got some carts coming out here soon. I'm just waiting for the factory and that design to be submitted as well. So just kind of waiting, you know, things are taking a little bit longer than expected, but with UAP, this last year has really steered me into, you know, diverse directions. So I'm trying to work on both.
I wouldn't wait too long, man. The backlog on Upland's end is a mile long.
I know, it's crazy.
Fucking ever.
It's crazy. Well, you know, my manufacturing, I'm going on a week and a half. You know, when I first opened my Meta Ventures, it took me, I think, a day, maybe 2 days, 3 days tops. So, yeah, I'm going on a week and a half just for a factory right now.
Yeah, well, they seem to approve those relatively quick. But yeah, map assets and especially structure ornaments. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's for
Swirly, you can
sure.
speak to that, can't you?
Well, meta ventures seem to be like once a month, once a season. So you could be lucky and submit an application for a meta venture today and it'll be approved tomorrow. But equally, you could submit it 6 weeks ago and get approved tomorrow. So I think it's all about timing with meta ventures, map assets, and structural ornaments. There is no system. As best we can tell, and we talk amongst ourselves, it's been so hit and miss. There's stuff that's 180, 200 days old that hasn't been processed. Yeah, other stuff that's only a couple of months old being processed. There's no order. You think the first in first come types, but yeah, it's just our plan.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're going to get on top of it soon. Hopefully they do, because it is just it's not pretty at the moment.
Yeah,
I agree. It's
a long
almost
way.
all about who reviews it. At this point, I've heard some others talking
Oh,
about
that's another story.
It's, maybe
It's
something gets
consistent.
denied, they resubmit it under another name, and it gets accepted. So,
Approved, yeah.
or approved, yeah.
Trying to understand what will and won't be accepted, I've all but given up. I've been doing this for over a year now, and I am absolutely mind blown over what does and doesn't get approved. How a building with sail shape ornaments on the top gets rejected because it looks too much like transport. Yet transport gets approved, and you're like, okay, no worries. I've all but given up on UGC, to be honest. At the moment, I'm just
submit what you can, see what happens.
Well, I'm not even really doing that. Like, I haven't submitted much at all lately because, well, you say you got 40 odd items to submit. I've got probably best part of 100 submitted. And I submitted them 6 months before the season started, thinking, I have plenty of time. This was before we knew about what was going on. So, look, let's just hope all this chaos is worth it with the uppies. I'm assuming they just dropped everything to get uppies up and running and organized. That's anything that makes sense. I'm hoping that's what it is, hoping they nail it, hit it out of the ballpark with uppies. So if that's the case, well, then all this pain will be worth it in the long run.
Yeah, we're in that waiting game.
Having said that, I did see T. Wilk. Is that how we're supposed to say his name? Not Twilk.
Yes, T. Wilk.
He got a whole bunch approved this week, so he was pretty stoked.
Yeah, he certainly did.
A bunch. So
we'll have to have him clarify if it's Twilk or T. Wilk.
I can tell you right now, it's T. Wilk.
Either way, he's the man.
Well, Wilk's his last. If I understand it, Wilk's his last name, isn't it? So and Trent,
it's part of his name. Yeah.
Yeah, and his first name's Trent or starts with T or something. So
yeah. I've been playing Xbox with him, and so we talked about it. He told me that I don't know, a little while ago, I think.
You've been playing COD with him?
Yeah.
He asked me as well.
I never see your ass on unless I play with you.
Yeah, it's always on Upline now or on Discord running the business. I don't have much time for Xbox anymore.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't nearly as much either, but every so often.
So I do have a question though. I thought of when you were talking, and I'm not volunteering. I'll make that clear right before we start. So you mentioned that you used to obviously do a lot of work with Sincere, who's stepped away, which is cool. We all make our own decisions. No, nothing, no harm done there or anything like that. But
no.
So you're doing all the work yourself. Are you looking for someone else to step up and maybe volunteer or help out, or are you actively seeking anyone? Because it seems like a lot of work that you're doing on your own, and you got IRL to worry about as well. It just seems like it could very quickly spiral out of control for you.
No. If you knew me outside of this, I'm a workaholic. I always make it happen. I'm destined to make this work for the community and myself and my family. So with that being said, I'm not looking for anybody right now. It's way too soon to think about anything like that. But I'm always open to suggestions, like I said earlier, and criticism. If anybody ever was interested, I would be an open ear to see what they have to say. But for right now, no. Killer World Inc. will always run UAP for the time being, and we'll keep it going.
I just meant like an assistant style thing. Because like obviously with you sponsoring our show last week, I started thinking about, well, I really should get out and do a bit more. I mean, I'm not really much of a trader, to be fair. But Elslake will have his fundraiser coming up in a month or two. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put some stuff aside to auction off for all the proceeds that go to his fundraiser.
Oh yeah, no. If anybody has stuff to auction, like I said, I'm gonna set some parameters here pretty soon. Just maybe 3 tickets open at a time, or stuff like that. But if you have anything, please reach out. I love doing raffles too. Last week we did a couple raffles, which that's something that Killer World Inc. loves doing. We love doing raffles. We like doing design too. We got into a little bit of designing and doing labels and videos and stuff like that. So no, we'll continue doing business as usual.
A raffle's a good idea. I'd never considered that, but
yeah, so raffles. I didn't get into Spark rental. I'm available for Spark rental too. We have over 100K Sparkless, not that much, but enough to, get things rolling. And, we're competitive with our UpExperts Spark rental. So same thing with structured properties. I have all the structured properties besides the police headquarters. So all volumes, volume 1 through 9, that I can build for people for a cost as well. So there's many avenues that, Killer World Inc. and UAP fund each other and, interconnect.
Hear me out. So Swarley brought my fundraiser, and that happens in November. I'm gonna have to start doing some talking about that and sorting that stuff out. But what if, and I'm just spitballing here, what if we used UAP, and let's just say hypothetically, I do a 24-hour stream to raise money for sick children, and we use UAP, and we do an auction every hour for 24 hours. Is that possible?
I absolutely love this idea.
Does that mean you have to be awake for 24 hours yourself?
Yes, that's the biggest question. How do we execute that? Well, yes, we can. We can, because I have the ability to preset blocks. So we can preset 24 blocks where they go off every hour and close with our auction block. Yes, we can do that.
Okay.
So we can definitely talk about it. But that's the idea, is like I want to be part of stuff like that. We want to do raffles. We want to still be the premier auction platform for Upland. We want to get that purple dot, and for people to, support that, and we want to support people. We want to support the community too. So it's a give and take. We're all family.
Any future plans for like a website?
Yeah. So, I was, now that this has all happened, I was building up KWI. So KWI has a social media presence. If you guys ever want to follow myself on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, I was starting to build a social media presence. It's really shallow right now. I think it's got 2 posts, but I'm going to start diving into that a little bit more. And then I'm going to get UAP to kind of, I don't know if I'm going to make it the same website, or the same social media, or have it separate. So I've got a little bit of thinking to do, but it's definitely in the mix.
Okay.
The good part about myself too, which has made things so successful, is basically in front of a computer all day, so it's right there,
Right.
So we're basically operating behind the scenes and doing what we do.
Okay. Yeah. So while you're at work, you're doing work, and then, I got a moment. Let me do some.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
Well, hypothetically,
yes.
if you were working, you could hypothetically also do this at the same time.
Correct.
If you happen to have Discord or whatever else just running in the background.
So many roadmaps to mark out, many bullet points to execute. You know, we're still doing that. We're still on the roadmap for success, and we're still here breathing the community. And you know, I'm here for UAP, so you know, I will always be here for you guys.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you got this shit under control.
Yes, we've got it under control.
Yeah,
for sure. But
now,
like I said, if anybody's interested, please reach out. You know, we're open doors.
Okay. Yeah, I know that it was just a coincidence that, you know, I reached out to you asking about Sincere last week or something. And then I had you scheduled to be a sponsor on Upland After Dark. And then, you know, I didn't really find out anything because you respectfully haven't shared any of Sincere's what's going on, other than he's not with UAP. He's kind of taking a step back, which is really cool. And I'm sure he really appreciates that. But then I was like, man, well, I bet people want to know what the hell is going on. Because I know that you do have a good following, and I know that it is a pretty popular space that people are auctioning things off. And that, you know, I'm not thinking people are freaking out about it, but you know, just for people to have some understanding about what's going on, because you were just on meant to be you and Sincere, and then now there's no Sincere and it's just you. So I just figured this would be a great opportunity for you to kind of share, not his story or anything like that, but just, you know, say, yeah, everything's good. You know, we're fine.
Yeah, this was built off trust, you know, so I want to be transparent, and, you know, the community deserves clarity. You know, so we very well set the line straight, you know, and it is what it is. Like I said, you know, Sincere and I are great friends. There's no hard feelings there. There's nothing at all that was a conclusion of this result.
Right.
You know,
Just personal stuff.
Just personal outside stuff. And, you know, you're more than welcome to reach out to Sincere, and, you know, he can give you the DL. But me and him are still talking, and, you know, you'll find him in the Discord chat every now and then. So please say hi to him. He's a great guy, family man, just like myself. So, but yeah, we're going to keep this thing going. I love UAP, and I love the community, and that passion that he took into it, I took into it as well. And we're going to keep it going. I'm almost like a fourth generation owner now, you know, fourth owner of UAP. So we'll see where it goes. It's changed a lot over the years, and I hope that the community likes it. I hope that they like where it's going, you know, and what Sincere and I did for the community today, and what the community did for us. It's a give back. Like, I get auction blocks going. I get people that hit me up. I get the appraisals going. I love that stuff. That stuff outside of work and outside my family fuels a lot of my happiness. You know, I like being part of what's going on, and I always look at the bigger picture. I hope this really takes off in the long run for everyone, including yourself, you know, with Upland After Dark.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I think you're killing it. You're doing a great job. So
I appreciate it. Feedback's always good.
Yeah. You just keep on keeping on there, partner.
Hey, that's why we're called OGKILLA, man. We're just going to keep killing.
Right. Just killing the game.
Absolutely.
Have you, I know we talked briefly about this West Coast meetup. Have you put any more thought into that? Now I'm going to put you on the spot.
No, I haven't. You know, I've got so much stuff going on. Although I would love to go, because Alameda is actually where my parents met. So
really?
I'm very familiar with Alameda. My aunt used to live there, and I think I posted on I forgot where it was at, but I posted Alameda Burrito. I don't know if they're still there, but I remember vividly Alameda Burrito had the best burritos in town. It was a spot to hit. So
were you a child when you had these burritos?
Yeah, I was probably like 8 to 12. So, you know,
well, your taste buds, I'm sure, have changed. I bet it was dog shit. And
probably. I probably thought it was the best.
And you'll go back and you'll be like, oh man, I really remember this being really good. And then it's not good.
That's how the world works.
In San Francisco, you know, I've always loved San Francisco. I wouldn't live there, but I love the city. I love the zoo. zoo and the food make San Francisco. And I'm a big Giants fan, so can't go wrong. What? Go Giants.
Didn't they lose this week or something?
Come on.
Didn't they lose to the Cowboys this week?
No, we're talking baseball. There's
No,
no
yeah.
The San Francisco Giants.
Baseball's Swarley.
I don't know.
Those bullshit New York Giants lost because they're losers. Oh, good morning, Maui. Are you into the sports outside of baseball?
Yeah. I love sports. I love the Timbers. You and I have talked about the Timbers.
Yep.
The Portland, soccer team. Love going to those games. Besides that, I love football. I'm a 49ers fan. I'm a West Coast guy, so it's either the Raiders or 49ers. And fun fact, my grandma was actually a Raiderette back in the late 60s and 70s.
No shit.
It always pissed her off that I was a 49ers fan. But I always had respect for the Raiders too. The black hole.
Are there any hot grandma pictures?
Not for UAD. Unfortunately, not for UAD in the community. No.
I'm gonna find this somehow.
Maybe we'll put them up on an auction block.
Hell yeah, let's do that. I'm sure Al Davis had a calendar out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, you could look at the retro cheerleaders. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So, to answer your question though, I don't know. It's still up in the air. I want to go, but transportation and trying to find a place to stay, I haven't really looked and dig into anything yet.
Well, lucky for you, I got that covered.
So you made some plans, huh?
I'm still waiting to see if I can get the time off of work. And if I can get the time off of work, it's going to happen.
What day is it again?
It's going to be Friday and Saturday.
You work weekends, right?
Well, I have to work Friday and Saturday. Yeah. So it's the 7th and 8th, I believe. And then.
Of which month?
November.
Right. When's your fundraiser going to be?
It's a great question. In fact,
the 7th or 8th.
This is producer Swarley coming out here, and that's a Friday. So how are you doing the show that week?
It's good.
Well,
I'm going to do it from San Francisco. That's how I'm going to do it. Live from Happy's house.
As if you don't go off the rails, there's enough as it is.
Well,
does that mean double train money? Are you putting up 10K every time as well?
Well, I'm not that guy. I wish I was that guy, but
you could be that guy.
Be the 8th into the 9th, or the 1st into the 2nd. It's always on a Saturday going into a Sunday. I'll have to check, but I can do it whatever week I want. But typically I'll have to look at what exactly the dates are for the game day for Extra Life.
You driving down?
I think I'm going to drive. And then Happy informed me of a situation that might work out if I can go. So, and that is, I just don't want to say too much because I don't, that would be really great. So, if you are considering, I'm going to drive regardless. And then lodging will be sorted out. Just saying.
Yeah, maybe I'll figure it out. I have some good PTO up in the bank, so I have no problem taking some days off. But I'll hit you up tomorrow. We'll chat about it.
Yeah, I just got to make sure work gives me the day off, the 2 days off, because I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, so I need to take Friday, Saturday off, and then I can just jam on back on Sunday. Like a 9-hour drive or something like that, 10-hour drive.
I think it's a little farther than that.
Any chance you can swing by Melbourne?
7 hours back to my hometown in California, so it's about 4 hours from there. Yeah.
11? 11
maybe
hours?
3 hours. Yeah, I'd say it's about 11 hours. Yeah.
Well, let me look. I'll just
Mhm.
do it live right here. But
There you go. GPS. That's what I was gonna do.
go to. I want to go to Alameda. Alameda.
Look up Alameda Burrito. See if
Alameda
they're still
burrito.
there. Are they
Alameda burrito.
there? Boom.
Still there. It's closed.
Of course.
It's on what, Grand Avenue?
We have pictures?
I don't know, man. Let's see here. To get to Alameda Burrito, it's gonna come on. Oh, I gotta choose a location. My location. Let's see what it says. It's taking its time. Holy fucking shit. That cannot be right. Oh, it says
That's Alameda Burrito in Colorado.
in Colorado. I was like, that ain't right at all.
Same thing popped up for mine. I'm like, 18
Holy
hours.
shit. Alameda Burrito. Where the hell? Just Alameda, California. All right. Let's find that.
I
I was
think
like,
it's
19
called,
hours is a really long. Yeah, 9 hours and 26 minutes. That's not that bad.
no, that's not bad. I thought it was a little further.
Yeah. Shit. I can do that in my
At this time at 9:55 p.m. at night, you hit it during the day, you might as well add another hour or two on that Salem traffic.
That's fine. I'll just leave at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Cruise through all the bullshit. Get there about noon.
And stream all
That's
the
what I
way.
used to do for work.
1:30. Yeah, stream the whole way. It'd be great. Everybody will love that. 9 hours of me driving.
Pure streaming.
Go, holy fuck, look at that. Which we can't
Look at
see.
that shit. Watch the sun come up together.
It's gonna take you through the redwoods, man. It's my favorite part. My favorite
Yeah.
tree. The sequoias, the redwoods.
Well,
Most
look,
beautiful forest.
we could do this together, my friend.
We could have the majestic journey together.
We
through
could.
the Avenue of Giants.
Yeah. We could have a really magical time.
Oh, maybe we're gonna make this happen, man.
Maybe we can. All right.
Are we
Well,
gonna take one of our upland cars, as a travel to San Francisco?
You go race the car. The upload car.
yeah.
Our Series 1 or a monster truck, What are we driving?
I wish. Yeah. I'm gonna
How
drive
about-
my.
How about the new bus for transportation that I saw today?
There's a but. What are you talking about? A bus?
Yeah,
Oh,
I play minted vehicles overnight, so I'm guessing there'll
They
be a sale.
minted vehicles overnight.
Yeah, so I'm guessing there'll be a sale in the near future
Hey,
for
Sir
buses.
Mitch just posted it
yep.
at
60
11:50
minutes
a.m.
total.
Yeah, those are buses. Those are like city buses.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I saw some talk about it earlier in some of the servers.
Okay.
You've been under a rock there, Elslake.
Look, I've been busy today, man.
You're not catching up with the news, man. You gotta turn on the alerts.
Look,
Oh, he has them. Trust me, he has them. he
I
has a
turn
band in his back pocket that
I
does
do.
all this for him.
That's true. I turn off all my notifications. I hate notifications. They drive me insane. So I turn them all off.
I turn them all off except for Upland.
Yes. So I do. I have uplands on there, but all of Discords, unless it's a direct message, I turn them off. But
There's
very
an
few
app for everything now, so I can't imagine if you had all notifications on, your phone would just.
Oh, dude, yeah. I had before it was X, when it was Twitter, and I didn't even use that damn thing. I use it more now than I ever did, and it would just go off all the fucking time. I'm like, oh my god. Same with Facebook. I turned it all off. All of it.
Same.
Drives me insane. Swarley, you got social media? You turn your notifications off?
I don't use. Obviously have presence on most social medias. I don't use them that much, to be fair. I didn't use Discord much before Upland, and I have most of my sites or servers that I do have turned off, except for direct pings, and there's a few I don't, obviously. The announcements from Upland's kind of one thing you do want to get pinged about. But the band has a little ping there for when Upland introduces something new, such as buses, and I saw that and went, okay. So I don't think I saw what our structures are yet this week, so maybe that's today.
Oh, I don't know.
Upland's been very quiet lately. You know,
They've
really
been quiet.
I just mean about the service structures for this week, what they're going to be. I'm assuming that's not slowing down anytime soon. So
those usually come out tomorrow, don't they?
Yeah, but they get minted the day before.
That's right.
Oh, so you can see them.
Yeah, if you go to uplytics.org, you can see them all before they hit the streets.
Yeah, so you can just look at what's the latest mints by Upland, and so all the player. That's where I get the information for the UGC stuff that we put on the show. I just look for what's been released in the last week that's player created, and they've actually minted some, so that way we can actually look at it in game as opposed to just a crappy little JPEG of them. So,
I want a Madden bus.
Yeah, I'm not paying $100 for a bus, so I can sit out the front of my house and attract. I don't know. I'm just getting. I mean, the vans are $100, so I don't know how the buses won't be more.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm afraid they're gonna be more than $100.
From memory, there was 60 mints of each one.
Yeah,
so
three colors.
Yeah, so there's not a hell of a lot of them. So yeah, $100 is probably me being very conservative. But I'm just saying I'm not going to pay $100, so the price is going to be higher than that. And then on top of that, last time I thought I'd be right getting up at 7 a.m., which is about 5 hours after the sale starts, and pick one up, and they were all gone. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll disregard that because usually USD doesn't sell out that fast, but it's good from an Upland point of view that USD sales are happening, so the hype is still there for uppies. Although it does seem to be wavering a little bit at the moment, is my feel. So hopefully, we start getting some real implementation soon, but we're getting there.
Same with those Sparklet sales. Those Sparklet sales have been sold out within a couple hours every week.
Yeah, which is awesome if you live in another country where they go and sell at 2 a.m. I buy mine on the chain anyway. I used to buy it from BitGet, but that obviously isn't the case anymore. So now I just go to Uniswap. So it's easy enough. I bought another 8,000 tokens this week on Uniswap.
Really?
Yeah.
Is the cost after everything's said and done still below what Upland's market is?
Look, I didn't go down to the dollar cost cents sort of thing, but it's gonna, by the time you get it bridge it into the game, like at the moment the fees aren't too high. I mean, they're higher than they should be, like 30, 40, 50 cents is higher than what it should be to bridge a little bit of Sparklet in, but it is what it is. Is it cheaper than what you could buy just in game? To be fair, I would say at best you're probably about even. By the time you get it in and it's in game, it's probably about even. When you buy it from Uniswap, you've got the pain in the ass that you've got to transfer the money to your account, buy it on Uniswap, and transfer it into Upland, as opposed to just buy it from Upland. You've got the convenience of Upland, which is what they should be. They should never have been cheaper than the market. They should have always been more expensive than the market, which I think they are now. So because you're paying for that convenience of not having to do all that other stuff. But if you're willing to go buy it off the market, which should be a slightly bit cheaper, which I think it is now, then buying it from Uniswap's the way to go, especially if you're going to get a large amount. You don't have to wait for the sale and hope that you get one. I don't know if there's a cooldown if you get a $300 package. You have to wait a little bit. Like, can you just buy another one straight away? I don't know how any of that works because they're always sold out. But on Uniswap, you just set the price that you want. So my buy order was literally at the price it was that day. So that way, by setting a price, you don't hit buy on, I think I bought about $400 worth. If you just hit buy, then it'll send the price up a bit, especially with such a small cap token. It doesn't take much to move that price up. So you're just buying all the cheapest tokens that are available for sale. But if you just set that price, you wait for people to come to you. It takes longer to get the sale, and it actually took about less than a day, but let's say it took a day for the people to come to me with their sales, and then I bought 8,000 tokens at a certain price and then bridged them in, as opposed to, you know, taking your money and just going hit buy, which is market buy, and then potentially it could send the price up. And that's when you see those spikes going up, and then it comes straight back down again because there isn't demand to keep the price up there.
So are you keeping all of your Sparklet in game, or are you using any
At the moment I am.
outside?
At the moment I am obviously watching it very closely. Obviously I want to build as much as I can, preparing for the uppy release like everybody else. I'm hoping to get myself in a position that I'm happy, because ultimately, and I'm building towards this for the best part of 4 years, is to get my Sparklet out of the game so I can sell it. And then maybe buy back into Sparklet over time. Hopefully, you know, that's if Upland, you know, goes really well, Sparklet goes up in price. You know, I'd like to actually make some money from it, which would be nice. I'm not relying on Upland to be my income. I'm relying on Sparklet, which has been my goal ever since I started playing Upland. So watching it closely, there will be a point, and I've always wanted to do this, have to have my Sparklet out of the game ready to sell. It might be sitting there for a couple of months before I sell it. I don't know. But at the moment, there's just too much demand for it in game, especially with all this uppy talk. And the price isn't anywhere near where I want to be selling it anyway. So, although technically I'm now above break-even point. So right now, at this very moment, if I was to sell it all, I would probably make a tiny little bit of profit, which is nice, considering Sparklet has a long way to go, hopefully, in terms of its up price. So, fingers crossed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Yeah. So, I mean, people give me shit because I used to treasure hunt a lot, and I got a lot of Spark from treasure hunting.
Giving you shit about that.
But that's only a small percentage of how much Spark I actually do own, which most of it's been purchased because.
Yeah, you went fucking ham once it hit the market.
Yeah, so I was buying it all the way down, and I bought a big chunk pretty much at the bottom, which really helped too. So at below 2 cents.
I bought a bunch of mine back in the day before it hit the market. So I got a good return when it did hit the market, and
because you got the 4x bonus as well, which, you know, we players of the game didn't get, so we got screwed big time on that one. But you know, it is what it is.
But unfortunately, I wish I did a little bit more treasure hunting back in the day for Spark.
No, you went in hindsight, you went in the right way about it. I was wasting 8 hours a day hunting this stuff, thinking it was going to be more valuable than what it was.
You didn't waste it. You got it, and then you got more for free.
You got more for it. It wasn't.
Yeah, but I could have just bought one a month for, you know, the 2 years, and would have ended up with a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But then it wouldn't
saved 8 hours a day.
Free. Just tell me.
It wasn't free. It cost 8 hours a day.
Oh, mate.
That's not free. I mean, I did do some of that while I was at work, so I was getting paid to do it. But
oh my God, double dipping? You dirty bird.
How dare you?
How dare you? You
Wrong.
Scandalous turd. All right, gentlemen. Well, I think it's about that time. We're pushing an hour here. Like, Swarley, you ain't got shit to do probably, but do more upland stuff. But it's getting late for us in the old Oregons.
Was it 10 p.m. at night?
Yeah. And I've just got a request to tuck my son in. So
Oh,
I gotta take advantage of these opportunities until they're gone.
Yeah.
that's true.
Before long, they're a teenager and they don't want to borrow you.
That's true. And so I just gotta eat it up. I'm like, yes, I'll come and tuck you in, you little turd burglar.
G'day, Willie. Goodbye, Willie.
Hello. Beers, yes. Beers. I want a beer. Real bad, like right now.
San Francisco, man.
I know. When we go,
Calling your name.
all the beers. We drink all the good beers. Hey, do you know we can even? Oh my God! You know what we could do? Where's the Russian River Company? Do you know?
Russian River Company?
Yeah. Russian River Brewery. Oh my God! All right, we're gonna talk more about this later.
Lost Coast Brewery.
Lost Coast.
Yeah, the Lost Coast Brewery in Eureka, California. Look them up. They've got
That sounds great
amazing
too.
beer. That's my old hometown.
the Russian River Brewery. That's one we need to go to on the way.
Yeah, NorCal, back in Humboldt.
Yeah. Anyway,
right, well, we'll look up the Russian River Brewery.
Yes,
we'll make a couple pit stops, you know, and a couple of dots down there.
You're gonna need the whole week off by the time you finish planning this thing.
You don't know.
You're not coming back Sunday.
It'll probably be Monday. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think it is in Northern California. Anyway, I got to go there. They got some beer that I've been meaning to try my whole life.
Your whole life?
Yeah, it's a very rare beer. It's hard to find. Pliny the
They've been telling you since a youngin', huh?
Yeah.
Drink this beer.
Yeah. Drink this beer, you little bastard. I said, no, I can't. Hello, Willie. Are you familiar with that location? Are you a Californian? You got me all excited talking about beer now. Throw some mugs up there. I can go for another hour talking about beer.
I see it. Yeah, it's below Fort Bragg. It's below Ukiah. Below Geyserville.
Because it must be that day, because Lightning Leg and SA Kicker were talking about whiskey and beer as well.
It's off 101?
Yeah.
It's happening. Definitely got to go there.
It's it's before San Francisco.
Okay.
It's on the way, dude. Unless you go 5, which you probably go 5. You wouldn't
probably go 5, but there's no reason you can't cut over to hit Russian River Brewery. No reason.
That's true.
And Lost Coast Brewery, all the breweries.
All the breweries.
Hello, Willie. If you don't know about Pliny the Elder and Pliny the Younger, do yourself a favor and look it up. And just look it up. And then report back to me about your thoughts about Pliny the Elder and Pliny the Younger. I've never had the Younger. It's very hard to get. I've had the Elder. That's all. Anyway, we gotta get off of here.
You gotta get the Great Whites, the Sharkinator and the Great White. Best beers ever.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, it's on the map, man. I got it. GPS coordinates. We're talking about it tomorrow. We're planning the trip.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Let's get out of here. Yeah, it's been a real pleasure. OG, thanks for hanging out. And don't go anywhere until I tell you to leave.
KWI and UAP.
KWI, UAP. All right, everybody. Take it easy. Peace.
Welcome to the Vulgar Uplander, where the metaverse meets real life. A place where we speak our minds, no sugarcoating, just a raw vibe. Don't be fooled by what you see, this channel's not for the faint of heart. We dive deep into the unknown, tearing down walls right from the start. The Vulgar Uplander may shine, but never judge a book by its cover. This is the space where anything goes, no limits, no filter, just flow. Embrace the chaos, let your true self show. The Vulgar